I didn't kill her physically, but in the back of my mind, she died.
That one line, the moment David Burke, the artist the world knew as David, said those words in a past interview, became the spark that lit one of the biggest internet scandals of 2025. A 15-year-old girl, a decomposed body, a Tesla registered to a pop star. The internet said he did it. But tonight, new police evidence proves he never killed anyone. What the feds revealed changes everything we thought we knew about this case. Real talk, fam, this one's deeper, darker, and sadder than the headlines ever told. Let's rewind. September 8th, 2025, Hollywood Hills. Workers at Hollywood Tower on North Mansfield Avenue start smelling something foul. Not gas, not garbage, something worse. They follow it to a sleek black 2023 Tesla Model 3 that had been sitting there for weeks.
Michael, a situation that you actually caught us up on last week involving the pop singer David and Celeste Rivas, who's this 17-year-old, and her body was discovered, if memory serves, in the trunk of a Tesla that was found in a rental car lot in California.
Yeah, and even more tragic, she was 15 now, and when she went missing, she was only 13 years old. She went missing in April of 2024.
A tow tag said it came from one of LA's richest neighborhoods, abandoned for nearly a month. That alone was weird. But when LAPD rolled up around 12:30 p.m. and opened the front trunk, what Tesla owners call the frunk, they froze. Inside was a black plastic bag, tightly sealed, heavy. They tore it open and found human remains, badly decomposed, weighing about 71 pounds. 9 days later, on September 17th, DNA tests and a small tattoo reading sheet on the right index finger confirmed the worst. The body belonged to 15-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez, and the Tesla registered to David Burke. As soon as that detail dropped, the internet went nuclear. Matching tattoos, photos of David with a girl that looked like Celeste, lyrics from Romantic Homicide. TikTok detectives were posting timelines. Reddit thread said he confessed in his song. He wrote that song about her. He hid the body in his car. It's all in the lyrics, fam. But while everyone online played judge and jury, the real investigators were uncovering facts that told a completely different story. The Tesla was in David's name, that's true, but the evidence proved he couldn't have been anywhere near it when the body showed up. At that time, David was deep in his We World tour, performing in cities across North America. Toronto on the 4th, Chicago on the 6th, New York by the 9th. All of it documented, flight records, fan videos, backstage footage. Real talk, he had an ironclad alibi. So how could a body end up in his car, parked in the Hollywood Hills, when he hadn't even been in California for weeks?
But was she still really missing without a trace all that time? The other day, TMZ acquired some video of Celeste in her parents' backyard, and it was dated September 8th, 2024. That date is so significant for a couple of reasons. First off, it's 5 months after she supposedly disappeared for the last time. And what's more sad is that it is 1 day after her 14th birthday, which makes me think maybe Celeste came home for her birthday. Her birthday's on September 7th. This video's on September 8th.
That's the question that flipped this case upside down. To understand this story, you gotta understand Celeste. She wasn't just a name in the headlines. She was a 13-year-old girl from Lake Elsinore, California, when she first went missing back in April 2024. Police had been called to her home 11 times in 1 year. Missing reports, family fights, disturbances. She'd run away before. February 14th, March 19th, April 5th. Sometimes she'd come home, sometimes she wouldn't. Her ex-boyfriend told deputies she struggled at home, tension with her parents, emotional stress, bad influences, a young girl trying to escape a world that didn't feel safe. And when she disappeared that last time, nobody knew that would be the end. The story got even more twisted when TMZ released surveillance footage of Celeste in her parents' backyard on September 8th, 2024, exactly 1 year before her body was found. That proved she'd come home at least once after she was missing. So she wasn't gone for over a year straight. She'd been in and out, slipping through cracks no one bothered to close. By the time her remains were found, coroner said she'd been dead for 2 to 4 weeks, meaning she likely passed in August 2025 when David was touring the East Coast. So once again, he couldn't have been there. The coroner's office went to work. What they found changed everything. No stab wounds, no fractures, no strangulation marks, nothing violent. Forensic scientist Dr. Amy Santoro, a former CSI, said it straight up. Preliminary autopsy suggests a drug overdose, not homicide. Her words were backed by the evidence. No pregnancy, no signs of assault, no blunt force trauma, but because of the level of decomposition, the cause of death was deferred, meaning they couldn't confirm until toxicology results came back. Still, the picture was forming. This didn't look like murder. It looked like tragedy. When LAPD Captain Scott M. Williams finally stepped to the mic, the world expected him to call David a killer. But instead, he said this: "We know for sure that Celeste Rivas Hernandez died and someone placed her body in the front trunk area of David Burke's Tesla. It remains unclear whether there is any criminal culpability beyond body concealment." That one line, "beyond concealment," flipped the narrative. David wasn't a suspect. He wasn't charged. He was cooperating fully.
Inspired the hook, "In the back of my mind you died," is kind of like the storytelling aspect of the lyrics that came before it, in a way that it builds up to the big moment where she died in the back of my mind. Like, I didn't kill her physically, but in the back of my mind, she died. And I didn't even cry, not a single tear. I've seen people online take different meanings and interpretations from that one part of the song where it's like it's their past selves that's dying. And they're not even crying about it because they're evolved or become better people or have killed addictions and other different stuff like that. So I think it's very powerful.
Real talk, the police were saying it without saying it. This wasn't his doing. On September 17th, LAPD's Robbery Homicide Division raided a Hollywood Hills mansion leased under David's manager Josh Marshall for $20,000 a month. They searched the drains for blood, grabbed hard drives and laptops. Days later, Marshall ended the lease and moved out. Social media went wild. They're running, cover up. But real talk, when your house gets raided and reporters are parked outside your gate, you're not staying another night. Still, to the internet, that was proof. To the police, just standard protocol. Underneath all the noise, Celeste's story stayed the same. A teenager in crisis who fell through every safety net meant to catch her. She'd run away multiple times. She'd been seen at liquor stores and cars with older people. She was looking for escape and might have found the wrong crowd. Combine that with drugs in circulation and a body hidden in a car owned by someone famous, and suddenly you got a story the internet can't resist. But this wasn't murder. It was failure by everyone around her. And then came the song, Romantic Homicide. "In the back of my mind, you died and I didn't even cry." People swore that was the confession. But that track dropped in July 2022, years before Celeste disappeared. In his Genius interview, David explained, "It's about killing your past self, letting go of old pain. Not literal death." But the internet doesn't do nuance. They twisted his art into evidence, saying it lined up with the murder. It didn't, not even close. By late September, David's life flipped upside down. Tour canceled. Shows in Seattle, San Francisco, and LA gone. Brand deals with Crocs and Hollister gone. He hadn't been charged, but the damage was done. Streamers who defended him got dragged. Hands turned overnight. People who never heard of him were calling him killer for clicks. No judge, no jury, just social media. Here's what most people miss. Tesla's record everything. They've got Sentry mode, multiple cameras, GPS tracking, and system logs that show every open, close, or unlock. So think about it. If David really did something that wild in his own Tesla, that car would have snitched instantly. Even academics said it best. You'd have to be the dumbest person alive to hide a body in a Tesla. That thing's basically a camera on wheels. Police confirmed they pulled digital data from Tesla servers. And guess what? Nothing tied David to that car during the time frame of Celeste's death. Case closed, at least for him. So what really happened? Here's what investigators now believe. Celeste, dealing with her chaotic home life, might have run away again. She linked with people she trusted, maybe in Hollywood, maybe through friends of friends. There's a chance drugs were involved. She overdosed, panic hit. Whoever was there, scared of getting blamed, hid her body, and the easiest way to make it disappear: use a car nobody would check, a celebrity's Tesla sitting unused for weeks. That's how her body ended up in David's car, and that's why he was never charged. Celeste's family has been living a nightmare. They launched a GoFundMe for her funeral, held vigils in Lake Elsinore, describing her as sweet, creative, misunderstood. The media twisted their story too. Early reports said her parents were undocumented and fled the country. That was false. Records show both parents had U.S. Social Security numbers since 2001. They never left. They were grieving, not hiding. Defense attorney Alexander Kazarian summed it up perfectly on News Nation. There's no evidence David committed any crime. LAPD is cautious because there's not enough to call this a homicide. No trauma, no murder weapon, no witness. This case wasn't about a killer. It was about a tragedy that got twisted by viral misinformation. Social media don't wait for evidence. It builds its own version of the truth, faster, louder, and deadlier. People took screenshots, rumors, Discord messages, and ran wild. They didn't care if it was fake, it just needed to feel real. That's the danger of the digital era. We don't chase justice, we chase dopamine. And David became the sacrifice. At the core, this isn't about fame, it's about failure. A broken system that couldn't protect a teenage girl in distress. A broken culture that destroys anyone tied to tragedy before the truth even comes out. Police got called to Celeste's house 11 times. Nothing changed. The internet called David a murderer once, and everything changed. That's the imbalance. Right now, the Los Angeles County Coroner's Office is still waiting for final toxicology results. Dr. Santoro says it could take weeks. If it confirms overdose, the homicide narrative dies completely. If not, investigators might reopen with new leads. But as of now, police officially confirmed it. David never killed anyone. He's not a suspect. He's not under arrest. Just a name dragged through hell by speculation. David stayed silent through it all. No interviews, no music drops, just quiet. His team says he's focusing on family and recovery. Fans remain divided, some apologizing, some still doubting. But even if the law clears him, the internet never truly forgets. Once you're labeled a villain online, it sticks forever. Real talk, fam, we gotta learn from this. Because in this world, people don't need evidence anymore. They just need emotion. And emotion ruined a man's career before the facts even dropped. Celeste's death was tragic, a young girl lost too soon. But David didn't kill her. The police confirmed it. The science supports it. And what that means is the real killer might not be a person at all. It's the system, the negligence, and the social media mob that thrives on chaos. So where do we stand now? Celeste's case remains open pending toxicology. The police confirmed David's innocence, and the rest, just noise. But remember this, every viral case has real people at the center, real lives, real consequences. Next time, before we jump to conclusions, let's take a breath. Because one post can destroy someone's life, and one truth can set it right. I didn't kill her physically, but in the back of my mind, she died. Maybe that line wasn't confession at all. Maybe it was prophecy. A warning about what happens when we let the internet play God.